Welcome back here to another video on the Bannock Industries YouTube channel. Now today we're continuing work on our 2000 Ford Ranger. In our last video, we went ahead, we built the main structure for the roll bar in the cab. So we have our main hoop, we have our two A-pillar bars, we got both windshield bars done, and our crash bars in the windshield. So now today, what we have to do, we're going to be doing the harness bar. We're going to be doing a bunch of gusseting down to the frame. We also have to do some crossbars on our roof. And then we should be working on roll bars. So we'll be cutting holes in the back of the cab here and dropping them down to the rear bumper. So we're going to start with the harness bar. So we'll set you guys up on time lapse here and we'll get to work. Alright, so we've been making good headway here. We have most of our upper structure for the roof bars all done. Of course, we went using all the tubing from the hoops that we screwed up on. So we got our two main crosses there, and then we're going to triangulate to the front here. Also, we have a harness bar end. It's 48 inches wide. It's pretty much right at the center of our bend, so that's looking really good. Jake's just finished welding on some stuff here. I'm going ahead, we're just making our other piece here. It'll be triangulating from that bar there over to the front. Of course, we're just notching using a grinder, so it's really hard, and we're not really great at it, but making the best anyways. So we'll keep at it, and then we'll show you guys once we start moving over to the roll bars. Okay, so we went ahead. We finished up our roof here. So we did, we have our two triangles more or less, and then we did go ahead, add this just straight brace, and that's just trying to keep it so if we do collapse the roof when we roll it, just where our heads are going to be are supported. So, but it's looking really good. Welds are nice. Some fat gaps that we have to fill, but we don't really care. So we're gonna go home, have some lunch, then we're coming back and we'll actually be drilling some big old holes in the back here and then getting our roll bars done and see what else we can get done here. Okay, so we're back here from lunch. We're marking out on the cab. Kind of this is center. If we look inside here, there's already a hole. So we want to kind of go inside this hole for our tube that's going to come and weld onto the top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and mark, find center, square these out, and we're going to punch a hole with a hole saw, and then we're going to notch this just so we can actually get our tube up and in there. And then eventually we'll just have to go ahead and tack this kind of all back in. but we'll get there in a little bit. So I'm gonna set you guys up, spot all this out, and then we'll go ahead and punch some holes. Okay, so here we go. We have our rollover bars in place. They're pretty much fully welded down here. They're just tacked up top. We still have to take, we're gonna lift the cab, finish weld the full top of the cage here. Be doing that right away, but we're gonna take these bars. No, not these. They are right here. These are some of the pieces from the main hoops that we screwed up on. Of course, we've been using those where we can, but we're gonna go off our main frame member there. We're gonna come up here and do a nice little bend like that. Should look good, and then it'll just help hold our cage up off the frame. So we're gonna go ahead, notch all these, get them prepped, then we'll go ahead, we'll lift the cab, we'll finish weld, and that'll be it for this video. So. Alright, so we went ahead here. We got these back parts. They're all fully welded, so we kind of came, instead of just doing a flat plane here, we came from the back of our cab rail and then came up into our harness bar just to give it a little more structure. Then we had some leftover chunks, so we made some just angle bracing there. But Jake's just going ahead, he's getting the cab bolts off. We're gonna go ahead, lift this cab up just enough that we can get in the tops here and weld the rest of our cab. Get everything welded solid, but it's definitely looking good. Those turned out really nice. So we just gotta go ahead, we'll lift up the cab, we'll do all our welding. Okay, so here we go. We set the cab back down, as you probably saw, but we went ahead, we fully finish welded every single joint on our cage that we have so far. So everything you see is fully welded into place. This thing is nice and strong. We also went up here, we took a little more material just where our front 8-pillar bar comes down. We have the cab just sitting here, so we're gonna go bolt it back up now, but looking really good, and pretty happy with how it's turned out. So thanks for watching this video. Now be sure to come back. We'll be continuing on the cage work. We got to build the front bars that run to the front. They'll mount up our fenders and everything else. So stay tuned for that. And of course we'll be doing door bars and a bunch more gusseting. So thanks for watching. See you next time.